Somewhere in your medicine cabinet, or your mother's medicine cabinet, or your grandfather's, there is a lineup of supplement bottles, multivitamins, fish oil, calcium, glucosamine, vitamin D turmeric. The labels promise healthy aging, joint support, heart health, memory sharpness, and vitality, and the bottles are arranged like an insurance policy against time itself. But here is the quiet truth that senior consumers are starting to discover, sometimes through their own declining blood work, sometimes through their doctors, and sometimes through federal enforcement actions. Many of the most heavily marketed supplement brands targeting the senior demographic have been found in independent laboratory testing to contain less of the active ingredient than their labels claim. Contamination from heavy metals and formulations that may interact dangerously with common prescription medications. Seniors across the country are quietly walking away from 7 specific supplement brand categories, and tonight we are going to walk through exactly why, what the research suggests, and what they are choosing instead. The framework for this investigation starts with the Food and Drug Administration, which regulates dietary supplements under the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act of 1994. Unlike pharmaceuticals, supplements do not require FDA approval before reaching market. Manufacturers are responsible for their own safety and accuracy, and the FDA intervenes primarily after problems are reported. This reactive regulatory model has allowed significant quality variation across the industry. The United States Pharmacopeia, a nonprofit scientific organization, maintains voluntary quality standards for supplements, but only a fraction of products on American shelves carry USP verification. The National Institutes of Health, through its Office of Dietary Supplements, has published extensive research on the bioavailability and safety of common senior supplements, and studies suggest that issues of dosing accuracy, contamination, and drug interaction are particularly consequential for older adults whose livers and kidneys process substances more slowly, and whose medication lists often span a dozen or more prescriptions. The World Health Organization has echoed concerns about supplement quality in global markets, with research indicating that heavy metal contamination and adulteration are recurring problems. When you factor in the cumulative exposure a senior may experience from taking multiple supplements daily for decades, the small discrepancies compound into real health implications. Let us start with the first category seniors are stepping away from. These are the mass-market multivitamins specifically marketed to seniors, often labeled for adults over 50 or for silver years. Independent laboratory testing by ConsumerLab and other watchdog organizations has found that some of these multivitamins contain less than the labeled dosage of key nutrients, including vitamin D, vitamin B12, and folate. For a senior whose ability to absorb B12 naturally declines with age, a multivitamin delivering 60% of its labeled B12 content represents a meaningful gap. Research indicates that B12 deficiency in seniors can contribute to cognitive symptoms often mistaken for early dementia, making accurate supplementation genuinely important. When the bottle promises 100 micrograms and delivers 60, the shortfall quietly undermines the whole point of taking the supplement. The second category of concern involves the calcium with vitamin D combination products aggressively marketed to postmenopausal women and older adults worried about bone density. Studies suggest that the calcium form matters significantly. Calcium carbonate, the cheapest and most commonly used form, requires stomach acid to be absorbed effectively. Seniors taking acid-reducing medications like proton pump inhibitors may absorb only a fraction of the calcium from carbonate-based supplements. Calcium citrate, while more expensive, is absorbed regardless of stomach acid levels. Yet many of the senior-targeted products continue to use calcium carbonate without clear labeling of this limitation. Research published in bone health journals indicates that calcium supplementation without coordinated vitamin K2 and magnesium may not effectively direct calcium into bone tissue, and some studies suggest it may contribute to arterial calcification concerns. The third supplement category seniors are reconsidering involves the high-dose fish oil products. Fish oil has been a staple of senior supplementation for decades, promoted for cardiovascular and cognitive health. But independent testing has found that some fish oil products contain oxidized oil, meaning the omega-3 fatty acids have degraded before they ever reach the consumer. Studies suggest that oxidized fish oil may deliver minimal benefit and could potentially contribute to oxidative stress rather than reducing it. Additionally, research indicates that certain fish oil products have been found to contain detectable levels of mercury, PCBs, and other marine contaminants, particularly when sourced from lower quality fisheries. For a senior managing blood thinning medication, an impure or oxidized fish oil adds risk without proportional benefit. The fourth concerning category is the glucosamine and chondroitin joint supplements. These have been among the most popular senior supplements for over 2 decades, marketed heavily for osteoarthritis and joint pain. However, several large clinical trials, including the GAIT trial funded by the National Institutes of Health, have produced mixed results regarding their effectiveness. Research indicates that while some seniors may experience modest benefit, the evidence base is weaker than marketing materials suggest. Compounding the issue, independent testing has found label accuracy problems in several joint supplement brands, with some products containing substantially less glucosamine or chondroitin than claimed. Seniors spending $30 to $50 a month on these supplements may not be receiving the active ingredients their bottles promise. The fifth category involves the memory and brain health supplements that have proliferated in senior marketing channels. Products containing ginkgo biloba, phosphatidylserine, huperzine, and various proprietary blends promise cognitive preservation or enhancement. The FDA has issued warning letters to multiple supplement manufacturers for making unsubstantiated cognitive claims. Studies suggest that the evidence base for many of these ingredients is inconsistent, and some ingredients, particularly huperzine, may interact with medications commonly prescribed for dementia and depression. Seniors mixing brain health supplements with prescription medications without consulting their pharmacist may be creating interactions they are not aware of. The sixth supplement category seniors are walking away from is the high-potency vitamin E products. Older research promoted high-dose vitamin E for cardiovascular and cognitive health, but more recent large-scale meta-analyses have suggested that high-dose vitamin E supplementation may be associated with increased all-cause mortality in some populations. Studies published in major medical journals have led many geriatricians to recommend against high-dose vitamin E supplementation for seniors, particularly those on blood thinners. Some senior-targeted multivitamins continue to include vitamin E at doses that exceed current recommended levels. The seventh category is the hormone-adjacent supplements marketed to men and women experiencing age-related changes. Products promising testosterone support, energy enhancement, or menopausal relief often contain herbal blends with variable standardization. Research indicates that the hormonal effects of ingredients like DHEA, black cohosh, and certain herbal extracts can interact with existing medical conditions and medications in ways that are not well predicted by label claims alone. The FDA has taken enforcement action against several supplement manufacturers in this space for adulterating products with undisclosed pharmaceutical ingredients. Now here is what seniors are turning to instead and how you can evaluate supplements more carefully for yourself or a loved one. First, look for third-party certification. USP verified, NSF certified, and Consumer Lab approved are the 3 most recognized certifications that indicate independent testing for label accuracy, contamination, and dissolution. Research indicates that certified products have significantly higher rates of matching label claims. The certification adds a small cost, but it provides the quality control that the FDA's reactive model does not. Second, have a pharmacist review your full supplement and medication list annually. Pharmacists are trained to identify drug-supplement interactions that your primary care physician may not catch. Studies suggest that polypharmacy issues are a leading cause of hospitalization in adults over 70, and supplements are often overlooked contributors. A 30-minute consultation with your pharmacist can identify problematic combinations before they cause harm. Third, prioritize food first for most nutrients. Research indicates that nutrients absorbed through whole foods typically come with cofactors that enhance bioavailability and reduce side effects. A serving of fatty fish twice a week delivers omega-3 south and a more bioavailable matrix than many fish oil capsules. Leafy greens, beans, and fortified foods can provide folate and B vitamins in forms your body recognizes. Sunlight exposure, when feasible, supports vitamin D synthesis in ways supplementation cannot fully replicate. Fourth, if you do supplement, choose single-ingredient products over complex proprietary blends when possible. Single-ingredient products are easier to verify, dose correctly, and adjust based on blood test results. Proprietary blends obscure dosing and make it impossible to know which ingredient is contributing to any effect you notice. Fifth, get periodic blood work to verify that supplementation is actually addressing a deficiency. Testing for vitamin D, B12, folate, iron, and other key nutrients allows you to supplement based on need rather than assumption. Research indicates that many seniors are supplementing nutrients they are not actually deficient in while remaining undersupplemented for nutrients where they have real shortfalls. Sixth, be cautious about megadose supplementation. More is not always better, particularly with fat-soluble vitamins like D, E, and K that can accumulate in the body. Studies suggest that staying within recommended dietary allowance ranges, unless specifically directed by a physician to exceed them, is the safest long-term approach. Seventh, evaluate each supplement annually for whether you still need it. Life circumstances change, medical conditions evolve, and what made sense at 65 may not make sense at 75. A simple annual review with your physician can identify supplements that can be discontinued, saving money and reducing pill burden. The supplement industry is not inherently predatory, but it is inherently uneven. The category seniors are walking away from are the ones where marketing outpaces evidence, where label claims outpace laboratory testing, and where proprietary complexity hides accountability. The supplements seniors are moving toward are the ones backed by third-party verification, integrated into genuine medical care, and chosen based on actual deficiency rather than generalized age-based marketing. Your body at 70 is not the same body at 50, and the supplements that serve you best are the ones chosen with that specificity in mind. The next time you or a loved one stands in front of that wall of bottles in the pharmacy aisle, the right question is not which one promises the most. The right question is which one has actually earned the right to be in your body. That question, asked consistently, is how you turn supplementation from a hopeful gamble into a deliberate tool for the life you still want to live.